Welcome to FQTV and to Walter Park for this NPL Men's Round 7 clash between Moreton Bay United and Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Adam Patel in the commentary box for you. My pleasure to be bringing you this one today. And we've got two sides looking to build on strong starts to their 2023 NPL campaigns. Moreton Bay United are loving life under their new head coach Cam Miller, with 4 wins and a draw from their opening 6 games to leave them sitting pretty in second spot. Sunshine Coast Wanderers were unbeaten in their first 5 games until a 2-0 reverse a fortnight ago against Eastern Suburbs. They lie 2 points behind Moreton Bay in 5th place. Let's check in on the teams, starting with the visitors, Sunshine Coast Wanderers, who have Gus Farks in goal, number 5 Tyler Morse, 6 Harry Sutherland, 4 Marcus Worthington, 2 Bruce Barr, 17 Liam Walpole, 14 Dice Robinson, 30 James Entignac, 11 Kyan Bryant, 7 Matt Nazal, 8 Ollie Duncan. On the bench, Connor Lilly, Josiah Green, Lachlan Harrison, Dimmy Westwood Pritchard, Sean Lewis and Griffin Bambark. Well, as for the host, they have Matt Lugo in goal. Number 4 is Matt Richardson. 5 Sammy Knight, 7 Naoki Maeda, 8 Emrin Donnelly Fagan, 9 Marquez Walters, 10 Ben Holiday, 14 Will Edmondson, 22 Geordie Farina, 23 Reece Gwyn Jones and 24 and captain Declan Smith. On the bench, Mitsuru Sakista, Jeremy Stewart, Chris Marr, Bailey Delapina and Daniel Champness. The reserve goalkeeper is Jake Clancy. Our referee today is Zach Keenan. He'll be assisted by Oleg Labutz and David Hazlitt. And it looks like it will be the home side who'll be kicking us off. Moreton Bay United in their black and gold shirts, going from right to left on your screen. It will be Geordie Farina who'll get us underway here. These two sides did meet about a month ago here in the Australia Cup. It was a 2-0 win for Moreton Bay that day. Goals for Jeremy Stewart and Daniel Champness, who are amongst the Moreton Bay substitutes today. And away we go in this NPL Round 7 clash here at Walter Park. Just 2 points separating the teams after 6 games. An early touch here for Marcus Worthington. One for Duncan to chase, but seen out by Matt Richardson. As we look at the previous 5 results for Moreton Bay United, it was a 2-0 win at Redlands in their last game. Just that one defeat at Gold Coast United, who are top of the table at the moment, and they could have took something from that game. They did miss a penalty in that game as Sunshine Coast come forward here with Nesval. Back to Entignac. Reece Bath just losing his footing there. Moreton Bay can clear. As for the Wanderers, as you can see there, that 2-0 reverse to Eastern Suburbs, just blotting their copybook. First defeat of the season for Paul Arneson's men. They'll be hoping to bounce back today. Cleared by Sutherland. Picked up by Donnelly Fagan. Sunshine Coast Wanderers are missing some first team regulars today. Liam Fitzsimmons is sitting out the last game of his 3-game ban after the red card he picked up against Gold Coast Knights. Chris Morsay and Ollie Williams also unavailable to Paul Arneson today, as Walters tries to create something here. He's been in sparkling form. Marquez Walters, 5 goals for him so far this season. Here's Maeda, Japanese import. Quite the story about his arrival. I'll get onto that in a second as Sammy Knight picks this one up, a former Sunshine Coast player, Sammy Knight. Back with the captain Smith. Here's Matt Richardson. Go all the way back to Matt Lugo, who's joined from Rochdale Rovers, who won promotion, of course, to the NPL last season. Picked up here by Wanderers, and that's a nice little bit of play, and Bryant almost squeezed through there. It will be a throw in. Yeah, Naoki Maeda, number 7 for Moreton Bay United today. He was actually spotted just playing in a local park by Moreton Bay player Jeremy Stewart, who liked what he saw and invited him for a trial, along with his fellow compatriot Sakastar Mitsuru, who's on the bench today. Maeda, who's got J-League experience, he's also played in Finland and Cambodia, the 26-year-old. Flicked on by Duncan. Can't find a black shirt, and Moreton Bay can build with Walters, and well, play continues. Went down under the challenge from Harry Sutherland. Here is Walters again. Again, he runs into the Sunshine Coast defender. I think it was Marcus Worthington that time. He stayed down, Marquez Walters. He'll be hoping it's nothing too serious. He's a joint top scorer in the NPL so far, and I think Donnelly Fagan just puts that one out to play so Walters can receive some treatment. Yeah, 5 goals this season for Marquez Walters, following on from the 8 he scored last season. It looks like he's okay, and play will continue here. Maeda. Long ball looking for the run of Knight. Sunshine Coast win the throw in. Yeah, Sunshine Coast Wanderers down to the bare bones, really reflected on their bench today. Many of their under 23 players having to step up. Just 12 senior first team players available for Paul Arneson, as Morse is forced to put that one out for an early corner, our first of the game. It'll be Donnelly Fagan into his 3rd season here at Walter Park to take this one. Corner swung in, and Bryant can get that one away. Declan Smith back to Matt Lugo in the Moreton Bay goal. Warpole down the line, and strong challenge comes in. It will be a Sunshine Coast Wanderers throw in. Bryant might be the player who was on the receiving there, just feeling the side of his back there. Two goals for Kyan Bryant so far this season. He's back on his feet, no need for the physio to enter the field. Might just be a problem with the ball here. I think Zach Keenan says, no, you're okay. Long throw, met by the header Smith. Imposing figure in the back line there, of course, 6'4", Declan Smith. And that's meat and drink for him, that one. Wanderers trying to build, and it's dropped here for Bryant. Tries to squeeze it back to Duncan. Bryant on the turn and gets the shot in, but straight at Matt Lugo. First shot in anger from Wanderers, just some little intricate play on the edge of the box, and Bryant able to just find half a yard to turn and get the power in the shot that time. Smith under pressure from Duncan. I've used just obscured there, unfortunately. Ball just come back out to Smith. Donnelly Fagan has to be careful there. He's given it away to Rhys Barth. Chance for a cross here, deep cross. Picked up by Walpole. Here's Worthington. Cross looking for Enticknap. Lugo gets there first. Now Maeda. Well, the break looked like it was on for Sunshine Coast there, and they're certainly disputing that decision. Will Edmondson was the player who's gone down. As we look on the replay here, just a slightly sold short there, Edmondson, and Robertson adjudged to have fouled his fellow number 14. Duncan leading the press there for Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Not a natural striker by any stretch, but he's performing that role with distinction at the moment this season. Neat turn by Sammy Knight. They'll get it back here. Kicks out a cross, and they've made a bit of a mess of that one. Holiday could be in here, and Sunshine Coast can get it away eventually. Just a nervous moment there for a second. Walters. Out for a throw in by Bath. Rhys Bath is a former Peninsula Power under-23 player in his first season here with the Wanderers. The right back, of course, like his manager Paul Arneson. Englishman was a YTS at Newcastle United, was released by Bobby Robson. Went on to make over 200 appearances in the Football League for the likes of Hartlepool, Bradford, Darlington and Carlisle United, where a certain Tom Aldred, Brisbane Roar captain, used to clean his boots, I'm told. Here's Enticknap. Cross comes in, but no one there to meet it. A good challenge coming in by Sutherland. Farina now, dropping deep. Patient build-up play here from Moreton Bay. Smith to Maeda. Gets it back from Donnelly Fagan. They do go long eventually. Might have been offside there. Western Pride pull a goal back at South West Queensland Thunder. Another game you can catch on FQTV. Competing with Holiday. I've just gone behind that pole again. Here it comes, the ball. Nesval can't squeeze that one through. Well read by Declan Smith. And Wanderers managed to force a throw in. Duncan, it looked like Holiday might have climbed over the back of him there, but just a throw in. It looks like it will be a Sunshine Coast free kick here. Might have been a handball, I can't quite tell you unfortunately, but can tell you it's a Wanderers free kick. Likes of Sutherland, Morse, all forward for this one. It's a low free kick, it's not a great one to be honest, and it's cleared by Moreton Bay, and Sunshine Coast are now back in their own half with Dice Robinson. And he goes all the way back to Hus Vargs, the Dutchman, who's joined on deadline day actually this season. It's a lovely flick on to Bryant. Can't keep control of it that time. It's forced cleared by Knight. Farina giving chase. And again, the offside flag is up. Just coming up to 16 minutes here at Walter Park. No real chance to talk of yet. These two sides last season actually did play out two draws. It was 0-0 here last season, then a 2-2 draw at Ballinger Park. Now Walters with a chance here. And he's gone down the challenge, he's kept his feet, Walters, and straight at Vargs. And eventually cleared. Certainly the best chance we've had this afternoon. Sutherland lost his feet and Marquez recovered, but shot straight at Hus Vargs. Certainly the best chance we've had so far this afternoon, as Bath almost loses that one, does well to recover, and he won his side a free kick. Taken quickly. Nesval with a chance to measure this cross. No one at the back post there for the Wanderers that time. Again, we can see Moreton Bay, they're not afraid to play it out from the back here. Here's Richardson. It's a Holiday who joined from Mitchelton, former Brisbane Roar youth player. Forward by Smith, and Walpole can get that back to Husvargs. Puts that one into touch that time. Certainly has made a good impression here, Husvargs. I'm told he's a good character in the dressing room, and Paul Anderson had to take a little bit of a punt on him. He'd only seen clips of him in video and hadn't had a chance to see him in the flesh, but it's a gamble that looks to have paid off for him. That's nicely done by Moreton Bay. Walters crowded out. And as well, just get the free kick. Long ball by Sutherland. Mike does well to head that one back to Lugo, and it's up here by Gwyn Jones. Looked like Smith went through the back of the Wanderers player there, and so he did. Just offering him some words of encouragement there. Another Sunshine Coast free kick. Ollie Duncan, I think, was the man who was flattened there. Free kick to be taken by Liam Walpole, former Lions and Roar youth player. Versatile player, can play in a number of positions. He's the left back for today though. In comes the free kick. Cleared by Moreton Bay, one for Walters. He can get on the end of this one. He's got two Sunshine Coast. Walpole does very well to win that back. Sunshine Coast can go again here. There's been a stoppage. Not sure if there's a player down. Is that Keenan? Continues, and they're not getting the ball back, Sunshine Coast. A little bit of confusion here. Jordi Farina eventually gives it back to Husvargs, and we can continue here as we reach the, well, nearly reach the midway point in this first half. Bit of a cagey affair so far. A chance for Marquez Walters after about 16 minutes. The closest we've come so far. Header by Smith. Slipped by Knight, and he left his foot in a free kick for Sunshine Coast in a promising position here. It's 25 yards or so from goal. James Enticknap looking like he's a favourite for this one. We rattled the bar against Gold Coast Knights a few weeks ago from a little bit further out from here, actually, I think. He might fancy his chances here. just in discussions with Liam Walpole. Looks like it might favour the right boot. It is Entignap. It's just chipped in and headed by Marcus Worthington, but I think Zach Keenan might have spotted a push there, so play continues. We're still tied at 0-0. As we look here, there might have just been a little push there by Worthington. Didn't look like there was too many complaints there from the Wanderers. Sunshine Coast Wanderers, who were promoted at the end of 2019 in Paul Arneson's first season as head coach, and have really established themselves now as an NPL club. They came close to making the top four in 2021. Perhaps should have done, just faltered in the last few games to finish fifth. Moreton Bay, of course, are previous winners of this competition as Holiday tries to break through. It's Moreton Bay, of course, they won the NPL back in 2015. It was Geordie Farina, actually, who got the winner for them that day, rejoining the club after a spell at Brisbane Strikers last year. It's given away to Maeda. Again, another firm challenge there, and Walters just left his mark on the defender there, so Zach Keenan might have to take action here. Not sure if a card was produced, unfortunately. I'm unable to tell you there. I think he may have just been putting his notebook back in, so it could have been a yellow card there for Marquez Walters. Certainly was a late challenge. There's a free kick from Varg. Runs out for a throw in. Run back by Nesval. He can't keep that one in. Walters has got three defenders there. Can't get it to Holiday. I wanted the throw in Moreton Bay, but it will go the way of Sunshine Coast. Back in by Worthington. Headed away by Declan Smith. Free kick Moreton Bay. A little bit stop-start at the moment. Game really can't get into much of a rhythm these last 5-10 minutes. Maeda. It's given away there. A chance for Moreton Bay. Might drop here for Ben Holiday. Again, Sunshine Coast putting bodies on the line. Certainly defending quite valiantly at the moment, and now they've won a free kick. They'll be happy for that one, I think. Just to break up the play, as Entignap might just have a touch of cramp or maybe a whack on the shin there for his troubles. Looks like they are asking for some attention. Well, these two clubs last season finishing 8th and 9th. Sunshine Coast it was who finished in 8th with 30 points. Moreton Bay just 2 points behind them. Certainly this season it looks like it's going to be a real close race for a top 4 finish, and these two sides might be able to gate crash that top 4, which has had a familiar look about it the last few years, but certainly the feeling is this could be the closest NPL race we've had for some time. As Enticknap continues to get treatment, and just an opportunity for both teams to take some liquids on board. Certainly they'll hope he'll be okay, James Enticknap. I can tell you he's actually completed the most passes of any Sunshine Coast Wanderers player before tonight. He'd made 284 passes with a pass completion rate of 81.7. It looks like he should be okay to continue here. And we will continue with the free kick to be taken by Harry Sutherland. 24-year-old centre-half was actually at Sutherland Sharks last year before making the move to Wanderers. Long, high, hanging ball, trying to pick out Bryant, and they'll get a corner, Sunshine Coast, as Zach Keenan just waves Enticknap back onto the field. Here is the corner, outswinger again. Met by the head of Will Edmondson that time. Back in by Nesval, but couldn't get it past the defender. Robertson competing with Marquez Walters, and a bit of a foot race is on, and Dice Robertson does ever so well there, the youngster. Just 18 years old, made his debut last season for the club, under 23 player. He's been promoted to the first team this season. Ball back with Smith. Edmonston goes down under the challenge from Walpole, and play continues. Bryant, Duncan, spell of possession coming to an end there with a loose pass from Sutherland. Paul Anderson might be the happier of the two coaches so far, given the cattle he's got missing tonight. And they've largely kept Moreton Bay at arm's length as Holiday tries to address that, and then it's more tenacious defending by Wanderers, and Bath can get this one away. Duncan might have just been asking for a free kick there, but throw-in's the decision. Flipped on by Enticknap. Farina. Gwyn Jones looking for the head of Edmondson. We've got a head on it, and what a chance that was for Geordie Farina. It was well held by Vargs in the Sunshine Coast goal. Certainly the best chance we've had so far this evening. High hanging cross met by the head of Edmondson, taken first time by Farina. Couldn't quite get the power on it that time, Jordi Farina. It was a comfortable enough save for Husvargs. Great cushion header by Will Edmondson to set that up. Smith switches the play to Sammy Knight. Gets it back, and Gwyn Jones had continued his run forward. It will be a Moreton Bay throw-in. Edmonston. He has won a free kick there, just at the corner of the penalty area. Dice Robertson, I think it was, the man adjudged to have committed the foul. Ben Holiday coming across to take this one, it would seem. Donnelly Fagan, yep, leaving it for Ben Holiday with the left boot. Certainly Declan Smith will be an obvious target. In it comes. Header comes in off the post and cleared by Worthington. Moreton Bay are knocking on the door at the moment. Play continues with Farina. He goes down under the challenge. And eventually, ball goes out for a goal kick. Just living dangerously in the last couple of minutes, Sunshine Coast. Moreton Bay just slowly starting to turn the screw, you feel. A couple of really presentable chances there. Varg prepares to take this goal kick. Away by Worthington. Cleared by Sutherland. Nesvell not getting any change out of Declan Smith. Helped on by Donnelly Fagan. Cross comes in, away by Morse. Is that a penalty, or is that at the edge of the box? It looks like a free kick is the decision. Edmonston it was who went down. If you watch on the replay here, it's ever so close. Yeah, it looks like contact was made just right on the edge of the box. It couldn't be much closer, could it? What a chance this is for Moreton Bay. Looks like Marquez Walters might fancy this one. Right on the edge of the penalty box. It could not have got any closer, could it? It's like 5 in the wall there for Sunshine Coast. Let's see what Marquez Walters can come up with here. He's been in sparkling form this season. Five goals thus far. Here comes Walters. Driven in, but always going wide. Of Gus Varg's far post. Electing to go low there, might have been asking quite a bit to get it up and over the wall from such a close distance. You feel Sunshine Coast, they might just take the half-time whistle if it was to come now. Been under a bit of pressure this last 5 minutes or so. And they've got 8 minutes plus stoppages to hold out. Liam Warpole with this throw in. Robertson. Declan Smith trying to step out of defence, but he's lost possession, and Duncan can't take advantage this time. Had his pocket picked by Donnelly Fagan. Farina clipped in, looking for Walters. Holiday trying to wriggle his way through. Donnelly Fagan. Nice turn by Holiday. Here's Maeda. Walters. Deep cross to the far post. Headed back by Knight, but Wanderers can get it away. Again, it's Ollie Duncan playing that lone striker role. Long ball by Smith. Marquez couldn't get that under his spell. Picked up by Walpole. Worthington. Robertson loses out to Farina. Edmondson to Maeda, looking for options. Looks like he'll have to go all the way back to Declan Smith. Richardson. Farina's threaded that through nicely to Walters, but the offside flag is up. Went down under the challenge of Vargs. But it matters not. Offside flag appearing as we just look here. It was a close one, wasn't it? As Walters just looked to take that round, Vargs, and I think if the flag had stayed down, it might have been a penalty there. Gold Coast United lead against Redlands. Another game you can catch on FQTV, the home of live football in Queensland. Walters fouled by Worthington. 5 minutes or so to go in this one, still locked at 0-0. Edmonston loses out to Walpole, who then loses out himself. And back well by Dice Robertson, who's had a pretty assured 40 minutes or so far. It looks like something's happened that Wanderers aren't too happy with. Zach Keenan just in discussion there with his assistant David Hazlitt. Still in discussions here, Zach Keenan. Looks like he might have a card ready here for someone. Not sure if something's been said. He's asking like a member of the Moreton Bay coaching staff, not quite sure at the moment. A yellow card has been shown. Still the discussions continue. Certainly a yellow card was shown to a member of the Moreton Bay bench. As Lugo clears long. And now Walters, and he's beaten Vargs. He's got a real chance here. Shot comes in. And it's some heroic defending there by Sunshine Coast Wanderers to prevent the first goal. Looked like Jordi Farina was going to fire into an empty net, As Walters got the better of Vargs that time, teed it up for Farina, and I think it was Marcus Worthington there with that important intervention. Now we have another Sunshine Coast player down. Well, certainly has been some valiant defending by Sunshine Coast at times to keep this game locked at 0-0. Did look like it was going to open up there for Geordie Farina. Very important challenge by Worthington, who was on the bench in their last league game against Eastern Suburbs. Former Caloundra man. Treatment still continuing here. Ollie Duncan is helped back to his feet. He's just gingerly making his way to the sideline. Wanderers, maybe with it being so close to half time, might just wait to see how he is before making a decision. Again, they'll want him to stay on the pitch for as long as he can. Former New Zealand youth international. As I said earlier, being asked to play a slightly different role this season, given the players that Wanderers have lost. Ethan Galbraith, of course, was their number 9 last year. He's no longer with the club. Almost operating as a bit of a false 9 this season, Ollie Duncan. Ball back with Lugo in the Moreton Bay goal. 45 minutes are up. I suspect we may have a few minutes of added on time given the few stoppages we've had, and that's a lovely ball to pick out Holiday. First time cross comes in, but again it's met by a Sunshine Coast player at the expense of a corner this time. We say it's a good time to score just before the half-time whistle. Corner's taken short. Holiday with the cross. Header comes in and flashes wide of that far post. I think it was Geordie Farina who got his head on that one. Again, some nervous moments there as we watch the header just flash past that far post. No one able to follow in for Moreton Bay. Back well by Bryant. Can Sunshine Coast pinch a goal before the half-time whistle? Bath. Low cross comes in. Straight to Maeda. And back well by Worthington. Bath with a chance to try and get a cross in. Finds Walpole, loses out that time. Sutherland. Bryant turns into trouble. Yellow card that time. I think it was shown to Dice Robertson. Just have a look on the replay here. Bryant turned into trouble and then Robertson just left the foot in there. cleared by Reece Bath. Worthington. Here's Ben Holliday. Worthington's happy to hammer that one out for a throw-in. With over 3 minutes of stoppage time in this first half. Throw-in taken, Farina. No way through again for Moreton Bay. Richardson. Donnelly Fagan, high hanging cross, looking for Sammy Knight. I think he was asking for a handball there, Sammy Knight. I think Zach Keenan pointing to the head. That's a lovely turn. Cross coming in, looking for Walters. Away by Sutherland. Enticknap. It's it back from Bath. Robertson, he'll have to be careful now, he's on a yellow card. And that is half-time at Walter Park, where it's Moreton Bay United 0, Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. Certainly the home side have had the better of it in the opening 45 minutes. Marquez Walters coming close and then hitting the post. Sunshine Coast Wanderers not really carved out a chance of any note so far, but they've certainly defended heroically. And I think they'll be happy with the scoreline as it is at the moment. Moreton Bay United 0, Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. Join me after these messages.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
Welcome back to Walter Park, where it's Moreton Bay United 0, Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. Sunshine Coast ready to get us underway here in their all-black kit. From right to left. Don't think there's any half-time changes here. If there are, I'll get them to you as soon as I can. There's Moreton Bay, who definitely enjoyed the lion's share of the first half, coming close a couple of times. Through Marquez Walters, they hit the post from a corner. They came ever so close to winning a penalty. Free kick awarded right on the very edge of the 18-yard box. But they haven't been able to find a breakthrough so far. Moreton Bay being managed by Cam Miller. His first year as head coach here. He was the assistant under Royce Brownlee last year. He also won the grand final with the under-23 side. He's completed his A license recently as well, just still only 28 years of age. Some of the players actually a good number of years older than him as the cross comes in here. Again met by a Sunshine Coast head. Volley comes in by Holiday straight into Husvargs. And he's certainly made an impression, the head coach here, as they sitting in second place prior to kickoff. 4 wins and a draw from their opening 6 games. Just that one defeat to Gold Coast United by a single goal in a game in which Marquez Walters saw a penalty saved. They've certainly been knocking on the door in the first half here, but still being kept firmly shut by this resolute Sunshine Coast team. Morse here to Duncan. One back easily by Gwyn Jones. Goal for Rochdale Rovers at home to Penn Power. The game you can catch on FQTV. Holiday. Met by the challenge of Worthington. It's back with Donnelly Fagan. Here's Gwyn Jones. Back to the captain. Ball through here for Sammy Knight. He goes down under the challenge by Sutherland. Play on is the call. As we have a look on the replay here, it was Donnelly Fagan who slipped that lovely pass into Sammy Knight. He thought it might just open out for the shot and went down under the challenge. Zach Keenan not interested that time. Again, play is just being held up again. Sure if a change is being made. Play continues. Farina digs out a cross and chance for Walters. Saved again by Walters, and that time it's in. There's that celebration we've become accustomed to this season. Marquez Walters has his 6th goal of the NPL season. And Moreton Bay finally have the breakthrough here. Initial shot saved by Vargs, but he could do nothing about the follow-up there. And Moreton Bay United take the lead here on the 50-minute mark at Walter Park. And you had to say, really, on the balance of play, they deserve it. It was Jordi Farina who managed to dig out a fantastic cross to begin with, and then Walters did the rest. Helped on by Rhys Bath. Picked up by Donnelly Fagan. Diagonal ball by Smith. Bryant had to get his head on that one. Throw-in taken by Gwyn Jones. Ball just stuck in that little black spot. Unfortunately, we can't see the play. Moreton Bay throw in. Knights competing with Robertson. And a Wanderers free kick. And they've taken it quickly here. Walpole. Intignap just losing his footing but recovers to find Robertson. That's a neat turn. Walpole. Through ball here for Nesval with a chance to get across. He'll settle for a corner. A little bit debate there through the Moreton Bay defence as to whether that was a corner. Will be James Entignap across to take this one, or will it? Instead leaving it for Walpole. Corner's swung in. It'll come out to Bryant. Show too much of it in the end, and it will be a throw in. Sunshine Coast a little bit limited with their substitutes today. Mainly under 23 players Paul Anderson's had to call upon. Amongst them Sean Lewis, who did get the winner in round 1 against Peninsula Power. He could be an option for later. It'll be a Moreton Bay goal kick. Looks like Josiah Green may have entered the play for Sunshine Coast. Number 13. Did start against Eastern Suburbs a couple of weeks ago. Maeda back to Gwyn Jones, who's in his 6th season here at Walter Park. Rhys Gwyn Jones, 24-year-old. Hacked clear by Sutherland. Surely a foul there on Worthington. Might have just been winded that time. Certainly made a very important intervention in the first half, Marcus Worthington, to keep the scores locked at 0-0. Entignan. Worthington is looking for Bryant here. Corner given. I think Moreton Bay are furious with the referee there. They seem to think Bryant might have used his hand. As we look on the replay, long ball from Bryant. Like it may have popped up very quick. Hard to tell from here. Certainly Moreton Bay were convinced. It will be a Wanderers corner. Taken short. In by Walpole. Walters goes down under the challenge. I think it was Marcus Worthington who might have been shown the yellow card there. Green. I think he was having his shirt pulled there, Green. Wanderers free kick. Just starting to spice up a little bit here. I think the home crowd have been overly pleased with some of the decisions that have been made. Worthington. Bryant to Morse. Can't slip that through to Josiah Green. I guess Ollie Duncan, who was actually made way for Green earlier. My apologies for not getting that to you. As Farina now looks to cross in, and Walters will retrieve it here. Wants support. Can only find Dice Robertson. Corner Moreton Bay. The ball may have gone out of play before coming back in. Goal kick the decision. Approaching the hour mark here at Walter Park. Moreton Bay with that 1-goal lead given to them on the 50-minute mark by Marquez Walters, his 6th goal of the season. Peninsula Power have an equaliser at Rochdale. Rochdale 1, Penn Power 1. A game involving two sides towards the bottom of the table at the moment. Edmondson with the foul there. Home crowd voicing their disapproval. Worthington gets it back from Bath. Entignap. Green loses out. Again, we have a Sunshine Coast Wanderers player down. Zach Keenan just stopping play. waving on the physio. And 3 points to Moreton Bay would keep them in that second spot. Gold Coast United are currently leading their game against Redlands by 1-0. That game's at half-time at the moment, and Gold Coast Knights with a 2-1 advantage over Brisbane Roar at the moment. 15 minutes or so left of that one. Entic Knapp is back up onto his feet. And we are up and running again. Richardson. Farina. Again, just putting it behind for Walters to give chase, and Sutherland forced to put that one out for a throw-in. Always awkward for the defender when they're facing their own goal. Donnelly Fagan. Holiday. Wim Jones back to Maeda. Edmonston holds off the challenge to find Smith. Farina hitting that one towards Sammy Knight to retrieving that favourite corner of mine there. Farina has given that one away. Entic Knapp. Sunshine Coast can't hit them on the break that time. Good challenge there by Reece Bath. Sunshine Coast Wanderers just having to take that free kick back a few yards. Bryant. There's Bryant trying to take on Declan Smith. Final touch did come off Bryant. Sutherland, excuse me, Morse. Declan Smith across to tidy up. Walpole with the throw in. Hacked clear by Gwyn Jones, not too far though, helped on by Knight. Morse to Robertson. There's that ball again by Worthington, but he can't find Josiah Green that time. Approaching the midway point in the second half. Moreton Bay United just with that just one goal lead to show for all the pressure that they have had in this game. Rochdale Rovers retake the lead at home to Peninsula Power. Peninsula Power with not the best of starts to this NPL season. And they're trailing at Rochdale. Walpole gets it back from Entignap. That's nicely done. Entignap. Walpole. Bryant. Cross comes in. Picked up by Robertson, who does well to remedy that situation and can find Bryant. Comes back to Entignap. Still waiting for the cross to come in. It does come in now by Bryant. Zach Keenan spotting a foul there as that ball did come in. Wanderers just offering a little bit more attacking threat in these past few moments. Bryant. Headed down, and there was a chance. And saved by Lugo. Certainly the closest Sunshine Coast have come. Clipped in by Bryant. It was Sean Lewis, the substitute there, just got his toe on that one. Not enough power on it to seriously trouble Lugo, but just a reminder, it's still evenly balanced, this game. Goal kick, Sunshine Coast. Sean Lewis, as I mentioned earlier, did get the winner in that round one clash against Peninsula Power. Came close to grabbing his second goal of the season there. Morse all the way back to his goalkeeper. Entignap. This is better from Sunshine Coast. He's got Entignap on the overlap here, Lewis. Cross comes in again, but straight into the hands of Matt Lugo. Gets away by Robinson and then was fouled by Dice Robertson, who is on a yellow card. Looks like Geordie Farina is making way. We've got a few changes here for Moreton Bay United. Looks like Chris Marr will be coming on too. So Chris Marr and I think Jeremy Stewart might have been the other substitute. We'll confirm as soon as I can. Very experienced campaigner Chris Marr is a former Lions and Brisbane Strikers player, was part of that Strikers team in 2019 that reached the semi-finals of what was the FFA Cup back then. Third season for him at Walter Park. Walters. And now a chance for Sammy Knight, but denied by that offside flag again. Much to the frustration of the home crowd. It is Jeremy Stewart who was that other substitute, former Sunshine Coast Wanderer. Had 3 seasons at the club between 2018 and 2021. Joined Moreton Bay last season. Also operating as a part-time scout, as I mentioned earlier, bringing Naoki Maeda and Sakistar Mitsura to the club this season. Green wins it back inside to Robertson. Moreton Bay have it back with Knight. Control lets him down there, lets in Entignap. Bryant, bit of space to move into. Can't slip that one through, and Moreton Bay can break here through Stewart, and that's a nice ball to pick out Marquez Walters. Stewart continues his run into the box. In by Walters, away by Worthington. Green can't prevent the throw in. Richardson. Moreton Bay coming forward with Richardson, but he's stopped in his tracks by Worthington. Donnelly Fagan hooks it in first time. Straight to Hus Vargs. Walpole to Bryant. Back with Walpole. Robertson now. Entignap. Can Sunshine Coast Wanderers fashion an equaliser in these last 15 minutes or so? Robertson switches the play. Worthington back with Walpole. Moreton Bay with Everyone bar Marquez Walters behind the ball at the moment, and they're able to press up the pitch as the ball comes back here. Given away by Bryant. Knight to Stewart. Ma to Maeda. Here's Donnelly Fagan. Donnelly Fagan does well to win that one back, gets the shot away, and it's just over from Emrim Donnelly Fagan. Certainly had Husvargs interested there. As we look on the replay, lovely bit of skill to work that onto the left foot, and just a yard or so over there. 25-year-old midfielder, again in his third season here at Walter Park. Entignap. Wanderers throw in. Walpole bursting forward, he's done well here. Lewis. Entignap. Straight to Chris Marr. Sutherland. Goal for Brisbane Strikers in FQPL 1. Leading the Thunder by 2-1 as the cross comes in. Dealt with by Smith. Next up for Moreton Bay, it's a trip to Brisbane City. Game coming a week tomorrow, and Sunshine Coast Wanderers will be back at Ballinger Park at home to Redlands United. As the cross comes in now, it's a deep one. Walters will have to come and pick this one up. Gwyn Jones. It's a lovely touch by Knight. Back with Donnelly Fagan. Maeda. Crossed in by Maeda. Gwyn Jones. Ma. Richardson now. Walters going down, as did Sutherland. Looks like Walters might have come off worse there. It was Walters who was adjudged to have committed the foul as Brisbane Strikers extend their lead at home to South West Queensland Thunder. Gwyn Jones. Marr. Stewart, he's got Knight making a run for him. Throw in Sunshine Coast. ball. Here's Jeremy Stewart now, making his way into the box. Cleared by Sunshine Coast, but picked back up by Chris Marr. Maeda just keeping it ticking over for Moreton Bay in the midfield. And that's nicely done. Cross comes in. Yellow card shown there. It may be. Maybe for James Engtick, I'm not too sure. Walpole. Engtick now. Worthington. Foul by Robertson. Flicked on by Knight. Walters. I've worked it out here to Gwyn Jones. Sutherland prevents the cross. It will be a corner to Moreton Bay. Chris Marr across to take this one. Around 7.5 minutes plus stoppages left. You feel a second goal for Moreton Bay should put the game to bed. But while it remains 1-0, there's still that chance for Sunshine Coast. Marr with the corner. Gwyn Jones couldn't direct his header goalwards. Morse. It's a nice switch of play there. Worthington can step out of defence. First time cross by Green, but easily claimed by Matt Lugo. He looks to get Moreton Bay on the attack immediately, and he's picked out Stewart here. He's picked out Marquez Walters. Fine save, Vargs. Walters will get it back. Cross comes in. Won back well by Walters, so he skips past the defender and wins his side a corner. So Husvargs with a vital save there to keep his side in it. Walters just trying to lift the ball over the goalkeeper, but he came out and denied him the space well. Corner swung in. Headed by Smith. Off the post. So close for a second Moreton Bay goal. As we watch on the replay here. Thundering header by Smith. Just clipping the bottom of the post there. Led off for Sunshine Coast. Redlands United have a goal at Gold Coast United as Stewart tries to work his way through here, gets a shot away straight at Vargs. Certainly a goal that will have Moreton Bay interested at the top of the table. Gold Coast United, the current leaders of the NPL, just been pegged back in that one. Still half an hour or so left to play at Gold Coast United. As Smith hooks that one clear. Ma. Oh, he was almost caught short there, Lugo, but got there in the nick of time. The Moreton Bay player might just have a touch of cramp there. Might be Gwyn Jones who's the man down. Sammy Knight just offering him some assistance. Will be Tyler Morse with the throw in. Will it? It will be. Gets it back from Robertson. Be another throw in. Again, looks like Gwyn Jones' cramp hasn't cleared up, and they could be forced into a change here, Moreton Bay, you feel? Just over 2 minutes plus stoppages. Gwyn Jones is going to make his way to the sideline, yes. And here's Dice Robertson. Cross come in, away by Smith. Headed on by Knight. Bit of head tennis in the box. Walters surrounded by three Gold Coast and three Sunshine Coast players, but he's won it back and it's clipped in by Stewart and can't pick out Donnelly Fagan. He knows that was a golden opportunity with all Sunshine Coast players still making their way back. As we look on the replay here, just put too much on that pass there, Jeremy Stewart. Held up by Walters, but he's crowded out. Walpole. Bryant. Robertson. First time cross by Walpole. Half-hearted appeal for handball. Ball comes in again. Will come all the way through here for Della Pina. Robertson. Flicked in and important clearance there, and Walters can pick this up and run at the Sunshine Coast defence. And We are into added on time here. Should be well, you'd think at least 3 or 4 minutes added on here, with given the substitutions and the couple of stoppages we've had with players having issue with cramp or whatnot. Do remember it has been a couple of weeks since these teams last played, last weekend being a rest week in the NPL. Maybe a little bit of rustiness out there. Walters. Zach Keenan had stopped play. Stewart it was who was running through. They need that ball back, Sunshine Coast. Morse. Tignap looking for options. Finds one here with Tyler Morse. Morse inside to Sutherland, playing as an auxiliary centre forward. Cross comes in. Again, it's the skipper with an important header and wins a free kick to boot as well. Moreton Bay can just wind down a few more seconds. Might be some late activity on the bench. Ball back with Lugo. Can eventually clear. Headed on by Stewart. Looks like Mitsuru has entered as a late substitute here. Free kick, Sunshine Coast. You feel it's now or never. Need to get this ball forward. Worthington. Tignap. Again, Declan Smith throwing himself at that ball. Been a rock in the defence today, the skipper. Here he is again. Picked up by Robertson, but with his hand. And you feel that might be the Wanderers' last chance here. Maybe not a game that's going to live too long in the memory, but it'll be job done for Cam Miller's men. It might even take them to the top of the table, depending how things go elsewhere. Holiday. He's done ever so well. Dogged defending again by Sunshine Coast. Cleared by Robertson. Only as far as Delapina. Maeda might fancy it from here. Always going over. Just opened up here, set up nicely, didn't it? Just couldn't connect cleanly that time. Flicked on by Sutherland. There's Sean Lewis. Cross comes in and maybe a chance for Tignap, but he'll get it back as a loose clearance. Ball comes in again. another Sunshine Coast substitute, couldn't quite make a clean connection there. Not troubling Matt Lugo. Coming up to 6 minutes of added time here at Walter Park. Helped on by Delapina. Mitsuru giving chase. Taken quickly by Vargs. Hoisted forward. Sutherland. Can't do anything with that one. And that is full time at Walter Park, where it's finished Moreton Bay United 1, Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. Marquez Walters' 50th minute goal, enough to divide the two teams here. Certainly the home side had the better of it. Some dogged defending by Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Tried in vain for an equaliser, but no way through for them. It's Moreton Bay who take the 3 points, continuing their impressive start to the season. I've been Adam Patel. Thank you for joining me on FQ TV. I'll see you next time.